Hi guys, how are you? I wanted to kind of give a disclaimer. I should have on my other video. This is pretty heavy stuff. This case is very brutal. And so disclaimer, this video and my other video is very heavy. And so please, with caution, and I appreciate you guys watching. So Missouri is in this really weird place right now. I feel like headlines are just coming out of Missouri at this point. This big headline was that they executed this man a few days ago, and there's talk either way. There was a crime committed many years ago where he robbed a place and ended up killing 3 people. Now, because of Missouri's death penalty, he was put to death. But he was also had mental illness. And so technically, he was not supposed to be put to death. That goes against your amendment rights. And so it kind of blew up online that this was not right. The Pope was trying to get clemency. There was many people trying to get clemency for this guy, and they ended up putting him to death. He died by lethal injection. So that on top of this Cassidy Rainwater case, Missouri's just going through it. I don't know what is happening over there, but it's really getting crazy. So yeah. Whew. There was also news about the Zodiac Killer. People think that they know who it is now, which is interesting. I might do a whole video on that case because it's got a lot, and it has been a huge case for so many years. So if they really did find out who it is, that's very interesting. So crime news is heavy right now. There's a lot. Let me know in the comments what you want to see, because there's just been a lot going on. Hey guys, so I am back with a little bit of an update in the Cassidy Rainwater case. It's kind of just gotten more bizarre and more bizarre and more bizarre as the days have gone. If you don't know what Cassidy Rainwater's case is, please go watch my previous video. There is a lot of information in that, and this kind of just is an update. So please head over there, check that video out, and then come back, and we'll talk about the craziness that's happening. So a couple nights ago, the house caught on fire and burnt down. Now, as the news released it, it was, okay, there was a fire at the property, and then they stated that they're bringing the bomb squad in. So what had happened was that the house somehow was like booby trapped. That there was tripwires and explosives. So when the firefighters went in to put the fire out, they noticed some suspicious devices and called in the bomb squad to detonate those. Now, there hasn't been like a huge update on what is happening with that, other than just rumors swirling. And like I said, there is a lot of rumors in this case. The talk online, there's subreddits, there's Reddits, there's been blog posts, there's been all kinds of just rumors swirling about this case. And with this fire, it just caused just an explosion of rumors about what is happening. A lot of people think, okay, now that means that there's a third accomplice, because the 2 men that were arrested are sitting in jail right now. There's no way that they could have booby-trapped this house. And it wasn't booby-trapped when the police went in this last time to collect evidence. So there's a lot of theories on, is there a third accomplice? Apparently there is a man who was a sex offender who had lived in the property or by the property, and so he is a pretty big suspect in a lot of people's minds for being kind of an accomplice in this. This could be a bigger sex trafficking ring that we have on our hands, because there could be multiple sex offenders in this case. Now, the fire, there's lots of rumors swirling about why this fire was set and who did it. It definitely could have been this third person. It could have been set by the family to basically just burn down the house to get rid of evidence, or just to get people from going in and looting. I talked last video about how there was a lot of people in and out, looters coming in and out, people messing with the property, taking like pictures and all kinds of stuff from the property. So maybe the family was just like, we're just done, and just basically set it on fire. That doesn't really make sense to me why they would have like a bomb in there. The third person theory makes most sense to me, because that means that they are trying to take out police officers and firefighters, or that are trying to destroy evidence, which is just really scary. I saw one mention online that it could have been for insurance purposes, that maybe like the person who owns the house, I don't know if they were renting or not, but a person who owns the house or whatever just lit it on fire just to get rid of it and get the insurance money, which I guess could be a possibility. It's also been thrown around that maybe it's the townspeople. There's been a lot of blow up about this case, and the people of the town, I'm sure, are not happy about it. So there's been lots of theories about these pictures being on the dark web, and that's connecting them to finding this house and finding Cassidy. Now, there's a lot of theories that this whole big operation that they have was selling pictures and torture material online on the dark web. It's a very big possibility that could be happening. There's also theories that go along with that that's saying that they were selling human meat on the dark web as well. This kind of ties into the cannibal theory and all of that. I'm telling you, it just gets crazier and crazier, right? Now, I did find a piece of material that went through a lot of the theories that I had discussed in the first video. And on top of that, there was a lot of talk that there was a body found on the property and that it was hung up and skinned. We don't know if this is connected to Cassidy. We don't know if it's somebody else. I have no idea. It's not even known if this is really true, but it is one of the theories, and that there were meat hooks, and basically that they were skinning people on this property. There is talk that there were 23 sets of remains on the property, and that this cannibalism murder operation goes back as much as 16 years. So all of these missing persons cases that a lot of people are bringing up now, or murdered people that people are bringing up, could all be connected to this one operation in Missouri. The craziest theory that I have seen, which this is I feel like this is out of a movie, was that Cassidy was on the property or going to this house to find information about her mother. I had mentioned in the last video that Cassidy Rainwater's mother was killed, and that her remains were found, but there was no suspects in this case, and that this all kind of happened around the same area. It seems to a lot of people like maybe Cassidy went to this property to see if she could find any information about her mother. Maybe evidence has led her there, and then she fell victim. Which, like I said, that is out of like a movie. You can't make this stuff up at how horrifying and terrible this all is. there's been nothing released that says what Cassidy was doing on the property. There's been nothing saying what she was doing there, why she was there, anything like that. So I think people are just speculating. So that's really all the rumors or material that I have to talk about today dealing with Cassidy Rainwater. I appreciate everybody's views, taking the time to comment, taking the time to like. I loved the discussions that were on the last video. I really appreciate you guys talking about this case because it's not getting as popular as you'd think it would be. I know that with Gabby Peteo being still a big headliner, that this case is kind of getting swept under the rug, and I don't want it to go unnoticed. So I thank you guys for everything. I will be back with another video. I don't know if I will keep updating, but it's been very interesting. This case has been one of the biggest ones that I have just kept my eyes on and been interested in. I read all of the subreddits, everything I can find on this case because it's just so interesting to me. So like I said, if you guys have any more comments or discussion points that you want to talk about, please post below. That's how I found out about the fire, was comments on it. So please continue the discussion, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.